Okay, so that's our game board. Are you guys all seeing that?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, Chantal, are you seeing that?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So you'll see that there are three different types of square. The most prevalent one is the one with a yellow border. It's got a white center and a yellow border. Those are the described squares. So when your token, which are these little things over here, you've got a little Bible, you've got a little breastplate of judgment, and you've got a little fishy. So those tokens represent each different team. So to start off with, we'll throw the die to determine who plays first. The first card by default is a describe card. So that will be all the yellow ones that I sent you. Those are the ones that have 6 clues on a card and a Bible scripture. You have 60 seconds in which to describe the clue on that card to the rest of your teammates without saying any of the words that appear on the card. Right? Chantal, are you with me? Okay. So you're not allowed to say any of the words that appear on that card, and by means of describing the clue, your teammates have to guess what that thing is. So I'll give you an example. If it's, for example, high priest, you could say something like, sorry, somebody's singing in the background. The person who's singing, can you please stop singing? That's not the description for the high priest, by the way. Okay. Let me just mute everyone, shall I? Okay, the singing is miraculously stopped. Thank you. Okay, so back to the describe card. So say, for instance, it's something like manna. Let's say manna. I just realized high priest is a little difficult to describe. So say the clue is manna. Then you may say something like the white powder that fell from the sky that the Israelites could eat. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Some sort of affirmation would be awesome.
So David, just to be clear,
Yeah.
which on the card, which thing am I trying to describe? Am I trying to describe the scripture? Like, is everyone trying to guess the scripture, or which part are they trying to get?
No, so you've got to describe the first 6 ones. We'll get to the scripture in a minute. So the first 6 clues on the card are the ones that you've got to describe, right? Now you can do that also incidentally in any order. It doesn't have to be from top to bottom. So if you find there's one that you don't know how to describe or that's difficult, you can go to the next one. The scripture is the 7th clue on the card. The idea there is you read the scripture out, and your teammates have got to guess where in the Bible that scripture appears. Okay. So it may be that when it's your turn, that the scripture is like an obvious one, like, I don't know, Psalm 23 verse 1. And you immediately know, and you immediately think, okay, everyone on my team is going to get this. So you may even start with a scripture if you prefer. All right. So that is describe mode. The first 6 you describe, you can't say any of the words that appear in the thing. If you say a word that appears on the thing, you automatically lose out that particular clue. Okay. The scoring for describe works as follows. In the official rules of the game, it's a half point. In the Zoom version of the game, it's a full point for every correct answer. Okay. So if your team gets the entire 6 correct, they will move 6 spaces on the board. If they get the 7th one correct, the Bible scripture, then they will get an extra point. If they get less than 6, so say for instance they get 4 out of the 6, and they get the scripture, then the scripture counts for 2. Got it? We try to make it as complicated as possible. Okay. So you understand describe mode, hey, Chantal?
Can you just repeat that again, please?
Okay.
The old people that weren't listening, actually.
Okay, so in the official rules, Jackie and Gary, you guys will know because you were part of this from the very beginning. We decided half a point for each correct thing on describe. However, in the Zoom version of the game, because it takes so long, if you go on the half point rule, we've decided to give a full point for each correct answer.
Yeah, it's just that last thing about the scripture we didn't
And
understand.
the less than 6.
Okay, so if you get all 6 of the first things right, then you only get 1 point for the scripture.
Okay.
So in other words, maximum 7 in any given turn.
Okay.
If you get less than 6, then you get 2 points for the scripture.
Okay.
Ah.
All right.
Okay.
Cool.
Yep.
So everybody's on the same page, right? Now, the other mode of the game is trivia, which is the red square over there. So when you land on that square, then you ask from the trivia deck of virtual cards, Chantal. That is quite simple, straight up question and answer. However, it wouldn't be us if it wasn't complicated. So the scoring for that works as follows. 1 point for the first question, another point for the second question. These questions become progressively more difficult. That's why the scoring has to reflect that. The third question on the trivia card is 2 points. And the final question on the trivia card is 3 points. So again, maximum in any given turn, 7 points. 1 for 1, 1 for 2, 2 for 3, and 3 for 4. Got it? Cool. Okay, the last mode, which is some people's personal favorite, is the action mode. Those are represented by the green squares. If you land on that, you will ask a question from the action deck of cards. So that's the green one. So the object here is to act out the clue on the card. Lots of fun is had in this mode of the game. Okay, so if you're like Oscar-winning material, then you'll enjoy this mode of the game. Our ASL brothers love this version of the game, this mode. Okay, so the scoring for that works as follows. 2 for each correct action acted out, gives you a maximum of 6. And if you get all 3, you get a bonus point. Hence, again, maximum in any given turn, 7 points. Got it? Everybody on the same page?
Got it.
Shall we play some Gem Diggers?
Yes, let's do
Whoop,
it.
whoop. Okay, so you know which team you're in. Each person will get